Yes, my dear sister, we're going to open up this line and we're going to get right back into it. And I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to pick up from where we left off. And I'm just so glad of the feedback that you got, you received. People love you. They flow with you.
That's amazing.
Yes, you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody who's here. Greetings.
There are people here. A lot of folks are here and they're going to be filing in. Okay. So I want us to pick where we left off, and I want you just to flow the way you were flowing before. Many people, with the things that you read out with the cards, they were like, listen, you're on point. You're phenomenal. So I know you're humble. You're not going to really run with that, but I'm going to say that because I watched the show over again and you were on point. So I want to continue on that level. And I want to thank you for being here to share your energy and stuff. And like I said, you're phenomenal. And we're going to keep on going with this.
All right.
So talk to us. What's on your mind right now? How do you feel right now? How are you feeling tonight?
Well, I feel good. I feel good. You know, full moon vibes going on. So, you know, full moon, I'm either, you know, super emotional or I feel like I could take over the world. So it's one of those take over the world type situations.
Yes.
And I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I feel like, you know, this healing focus is really important. I feel like a lot of people are in a place where they're bringing up a lot of things are coming up, whether they want to or not, you know? So I think that it's one thing to say, okay, this is what's wrong, but it's another thing to say, okay, how can we, you know, process this, or how do I do this, or, you know, so hopefully we can touch on a few points that people can, you know, incorporate into their daily routine to kind of help them, you know, if anybody's feeling overwhelmed or just kind of weighed down emotionally right now.
Well, this is toward the end of the retrograde, from what I understand, and we're still going to have to deal with that week after. Don't know what that is. They're feeling it.
It's like the shadow period.
Yes, and I'm feeling it definitely. And there's been so many things that have surfaced in my life that are unnecessary, but we have to deal with them, you know. And it's really crazy how these things can affect you, and you just don't know it. So talk to us about that, on what most folks don't know about this retrograde and going beyond that.
Okay, so you know, when any planet is in retrograde, especially Mercury is about communication. And so that could be verbal communication, that could have anything to do with technology. So a lot of times it's like the energy is, you know, it's at cross purposes, right? So like if you have contract that you want to sign. Retrograde, you better read the fine print, you know, or you can just, you know, you want to be careful because things tend to not be what you think they are because of the retrograde. So emotionally, we have situations like, especially like with, you know, relationships, you have a lot of exes coming back, people kind of double back around and try to revisit situations that may have been closed. And, you know, because the timing is not good, if you try to revamp it, a lot of times you're going to have like technical difficulties, even in the relationship. So, you know, contracts, purchases, you know, devices. Now, depending on your personal sign, you know, it's really going to determine how much it does affect you. So like if Mercury is in Aquarius and your sign is in Aquarius, that's a direct hit to you. So if you're not aware of this, it kind of is like, what is going on? Like, I know, and I have a friend that even, you know, she's not that big into it, but she noticed it. Every Mercury retrograde, I wind up either getting a new plug for my computer. One retrograde, my charger for my laptop literally like it blew up. And thank God I was there because if I wasn't, it would have caught on fire. You know, so every retrograde I'm buying chargers, little things are happening, little things are breaking. And if you don't know this, it's kind of like that irritation, that frustration can pull, you know, build up. But if you are aware, then you kind of can say, okay, I know what's going on, you know, like I get what's happening. So that's one of the things with Mercury. And then you just know that communication is going to be kind of off. So you may hear things that you don't like, you know, you may have conversations that go left for no reason. And so if you know that, then you can be more aware of how you are communicating with people and be more understanding that you may not be getting, you know, the best communication back and not letting it spiral into something that is destructive. Just accepting like, you know, the energies are off right now. Maybe we need to table this conversation for another time. So it's kind of like knowing what's going on. And instead of just feeling like you're being abused by the energy, you know, trying to kind of work with it or at least understand what's happening so you can not be, you know, smacked around with it.
Excellent explanation. What people need to know is that this is something that's going to come back again. So what you're sharing and relating is it's a cycle. It's going to come back again.
Right.
So
it happens several times a year, you know, so you can actually look it up, you know, and say, okay, it's happening in January. It's happening again. I think again in May it's going on. So you can get ahead of it, you know, versus just having no idea. Why do I have to buy a phone charger every 3 months? Or, you know, why does this new TV that I bought, why is it not working? Well, you bought it during a retrograde, so you got a great deal on it, but it may be defective or, you know, something like that. So it's,
what I noticed is that when I'm editing videos and just after all of these time of editing video and I'm right to the end when I'm about to render it and bring everything together, the system crashes. It's like, wait a second. I do it again, the system crashes. I do it again, the system crashes. I may get it the fourth time, but it's like just the moment I'm about to hit that button to bring everything to light, the system crashes. So I understand what that is. It's not going to frustrate me. But many people get very frustrated on the things that are happening, and they don't understand that you have to let them know they have to be long-suffering and have patience because this is what this period is all about.
It is, you know, maybe just I've had videos I record and 30 minutes I'm sitting there recording a tarot video. And like you said, I go to, like, I just stop the recording in iMovie or whatever, and I go to edit and the video just isn't there. It didn't record, it didn't render, it's nowhere on my computer. And there's been times where I've, you know, done it 3, 4, 5 times, or I can say, you know what, not right now. I'll come back to this, you know, because I'm not in the right frame of mind to not get frustrated. So since I know what's going on, I'll just say, okay, you know what, I'll deal with this later. Or you just know, okay, this is, you know, this is what's happening. I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, but see, we have to have the foresight to understand that. Many people just give up, and we have to have the foresight to understand what's going on. That maybe now this is not the time. We'll tackle another part of it now and push back on the part. You know, this is why we have to be multifaceted in our approach.
Right.
If we're not that way, we're going to fail. You know, we have to have more than one gear to work on.
Right.
And many people feel that if they can't push on one level, that it's no good. See, if I do video or editing on a talk show or artwork or writing, I have different lanes to go in. But many people don't think that way. We have to have more than one lane so that when that thing happens, it doesn't frustrate us.
Right, right, exactly. And you know, it's one of those things where, you know, we look at astrology, and a lot of people, you know, stop at the, oh, I'm a Pisces, or, you know, this person's Capricorn or whatever. But, you know, this is part of astrology. It's not just, you know, you're a Capricorn, but you also have, you know, a rising sign and a Venus sign, and those signs all contribute to your personality. And then you branch out a little bit more, and it's like, okay, well, if my Venus is in Aquarius, Aquarius is ruled by, you know, this planet. So when anything's going on with that planet, whatever area, you know, that is connected to is going to be heightened, or it's going to have challenges. So that's, you know, it's more than just, okay, this is my personality, or I'm a Leo, or, you know, all Leos are bossy, or all, you know, Pisces cry a lot. It's more, it's bigger than that. And all of this is part of astrology. But, you know, we just kind of stop right at the very beginning. We open the door and we look in, but instead of just going through, because these things can be very helpful. You know, so I'm trying to, like, you know, go further with what I know about astrology, because, you know, especially with your birth chart, if you can read your birth chart, you will learn so much about yourself, and you will actually begin to, you know, focus in on what your purpose is, and realize, like, I'll take my chart, for example. When I read my chart and it talked about my communication, being a writer, like it just broke down, you know, a lot of stuff that I knew about myself, but to see it there explained, like, well, you know, the way my Mercury and my Gemini is set up is why I'm so good at telling stories and writing and communicating and things like that. It's in my birth chart. You know, that's part of my purpose. So it's not an accident. It's not, you know, like, oh, I just feel like being a writer, I'm going to write a book. You know, it's part of my, you know, the DNA of my makeup. So, you know, a lot of times you can look into your birth chart. I mean, I know you have other astrologers that come on the show that are way more intensive with this than me, but it's just something that, you know.
You're right up there, sweetheart. Just understand it. You're right up there. You're right up there. You bring this wholesome, pure energy and enthusiasm, and you're right up there. It's not about years, it's about depth. And you have the depth and your enthusiasm, and that makes up for a lot more. You know, time is not really relevant when it comes to that. It's the passion and your enthusiasm, and you bring that. And that's why I love you being here.
Thank you. Thank you. How do you get your birth chart? I can help you with that. I can, you know, my email is up here. So if you email me, you know, we can set stuff up, and I can, you know, walk you through it and point you in, you know, a direction for you to get even more information than I can help you with. So I'm to me, it's like, I'm here to help. However I can help, you know, just, you got to contact me and, you know, ask the right questions. I give you the answers that I have.
And see, from your vantage point, that's all we can give, because you have a unique perspective, and you have a unique way of approaching things. And from where you stand, it's different from anybody else. You bring your energy to the platform. You bring your energy. And so folks have got to understand. Somebody may say, oh, I've been doing this for 30 years, but it doesn't mean they're more effective than you, because you bring a fresh energy about you. You understand? And enthusiasm. Some people are just so crusty in what they do. Chronological time that's it. No, it's the enthusiasm. And that's what you bring.
That's true. That's true. That is very, very true. Because there's, you know, other, not just, you know, what I do, but, you know, even with the writing world, you know, a new author can come out, and, you know, that book can make you feel some type of way that a book you haven't, you know, you've been reading forever. An author, you could have a favorite author, and that person's book didn't touch you the way this first time, you know, oh, I only wrote one book, but, you know, that book was amazing. So you're right. It doesn't matter. You know, you could have written 20, or you could have wrote, you know, 2, and the 2 could be more amazing than someone who has 20 or 30 out.
That's right. That's right. It's all about the passion and the perspective. That's all it's about. You have people who feel they're in position like, well, I've been doing this for 30 and 40 years. I'm not throwing off on them. They might know something. But when you come with refreshed energy and enthusiasm and passion, that can't be denied. That is so refreshing, and people will gravitate toward that. And that's what you have.
Thank you. I mean, your energy is important. And I think that, this whole time invested concept is also, I know in our last conversation, we touched on like the constructs of our society. And, it is one of those things where, people want to have seniority in everything. Okay. I've been doing this longer than you, so therefore I should, be here, or you should only be here. But energy doesn't care. Energy doesn't care if I just did it today. If I'm into it, if this is what I'm meant to do, then today is the day that I'm going to touch as many people as I'm supposed to touch, versus someone who feels like they've been doing it for this long, so they have, the market cornered, or they should get, this and you should not get that. It's like, no, it's almost the same thing in corporate. You come into a company and someone who's been there for 10 years feels like you shouldn't get the perks and the benefits. And it's like, listen, this is what comes with a job. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a job. It doesn't come with, your tenure. You may get a certain pension or a pay grade, but as far as the benefits of being here, anyone who's here should get those benefits. And it's like, don't watch what other people are doing. Your blessings are not my blessings. They're yours. My blessings, I didn't take from anyone else. They're only mine. However they come, if I get them all this year, if I get them spread out, everyone's different. So, this whole concept of I know more, I'm better than you, it's old, it's outdated,
But still, so many people have it, and it's going to be their downfall. Because there's no time limit on success. There's no limit where to say, oh, you have to wait 5 years to be successful. You have to wait 10 years to be successful. So you bring that to yourself by your application with your passion and your expertise. So there are people out there who think they have to wait for a schedule. There is no schedule. Success is yours when you want it and you claim it.
That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And what your destiny is your destiny. Whatever you're supposed to do, whatever you're meant for, when you get to that, there's no time frame. There's some people who, because of the way their mind works, they need to be doing something for 10, 20, 40, 50 years in order to be effective, where there's some people who don't need that same amount of time. There's some people who can grasp a concept because their mind works in a different way. And so they can get a little bit of information and put it together really quickly. You know what I'm saying? Where someone who has a more narrow mind has to get this piece before they get to this piece, before they get to that piece. And as they continue, now they just, they amass the collection, where someone, they don't need that. They can see it, they can put it all together, and they can, give it out to other people that fast. So again, it doesn't matter if you're doing it for 2 years and you don't get it, and I'm doing it for 2 months and I get it. Who's to say that you're better than me just because you've been doing it longer? But right now I feel like a lot of these ideals and, this construct, it's kind of crumbling. It's shifting because there's so many people that are getting it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that are getting something, so many people deciding that they want to be creative, or that they've always been creative, but they were kind of forced into a traditional direction. It's happening with people as far as their life purpose. It's happening in relationships. So, I feel like in the next year or 2 or 3, we're going to see a lot of these shifts, because people are wanting to, they want to tap into that passion. They want to tap into something that makes them feel fulfilled. I'm not here to just wake up and do, someone else's job or something that someone else told me to do. There's some people who need that structure and they're going to be happy with it and they're going to stay. But there's some people who are just not fulfilled and they need something more. And they know that there's something inside of themselves that they have to give.
That's right.
We're seeing it a lot now.
Love and relationships.
Yes.
The healing. Let's jump into that.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out here who they're either in something not fulfilled, in something fulfilled but feel that there should be more, or not in something and looking to get it, or not in something and think they can't get it.
Right.
You know, it's something with this whole relationship thing that people feel like it's just always something. It's like you're either coming out of it or you're going into it, hope for it. It's so important to us, but yet and still many of us in this modern society feel as though we need to cut off our emotions and be like robots, but yet we want this, we need this so bad. It's so nice to be in bed and have somebody who wants to hug you. It's so nice to be in the daytime and somebody who thinks of you, who makes a smoothie for you, makes a bunch of cookies for you. It says, listen, this is for you. It's so sweet, but yet the society goes against it and acts like we're robots, like we don't need this and we need to get all the money we can from the next person, or we need to get this and get that. What happened to plain old love, and what should we do to get back to it? Because I know you have the answer.
Well, you know, as you're talking, I keep thinking about a piece of advice that I got that was not relevant to my life, but it was from, you know, my grandmother. And a lot of time is that we look up to people and we have our elders, and our elders are here to share and pass down information. But based on what they went through or what their life looked like at that time, how they grew up, we're living a completely different life. We're living in a different world. So a lot of traditions that have been handed down aren't relevant just because, you know, a lot of us are not growing up like from the dirt poor. And when I say dirt, I mean from the farm, from the field, you know, from nothing, absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're not coming from that. So when someone came from that, money was probably much more important than love. That's why arranged marriages, and that's why it was so important on who you married back then, right? We're not there anymore. So an older person can definitely give you advice on how to make a relationship work as far as appreciating your partner or what you're going to go through on a day-to-day basis. The reasons for being in a relationship and the kind of person that you're with, it's not really relevant. It's not the same. So, you know, now in the century that we're in the decade that we're in, to tell somebody that they should make their marriage work despite the fact that the person that they're with is already showing that they're not committed to the situation. You know, you've already seen the cracks, but you'll have people who will tell you to do it for this reason, that reason, a third. And your fulfillment is not necessarily taken into consideration. You know, stay because it's financially, you know, the right thing to do. Stay because of status, or stay because divorce is not, you know, we don't do divorce. And it's like, well, I don't do miserable. So what am I supposed to do? You know? Or give somebody advice on how to navigate the situation. It's one thing to tell somebody to stay somewhere, but how do I do this and still, you know, be a functioning, happy human being? And then you look into the concept of happiness, and it's like, well, happiness doesn't come out from out there. You know, happiness comes from in here. So if we get told that, okay, if you get this, you'll be happy, or you get this, you're successful, and then you get this and you're not feeling successful, or you don't feel happy, now what do? You know, so all of these concepts that have been passed down to us, you really have to look at how relevant it is to the life that you're living right now. And I feel like that's where we start. You know, we have to determine, what is your life like? What do you want it to look like? You know, are you built to be in a marriage? Because, you know, first of all, do you understand the concept? What does marriage look like to you? What does it look like to the person that you're with? Do you have a similar concept? Can you guys even get to, you know, a place where you both are having something that is meaningful to the both of you? Is it important? Do you need it? Do I need to be married? Do I want to be married? Do I want to have children? You know, or is that just something that is expected of me? Everybody's not here to have children. Everybody's not here to be a parent. You know,
exactly.
so Again, it's just like everybody has to be able to decide at some point, what do I want my life to look like? What am I here to do? And does that involve what I've been, groomed to do up until, 18 or 21 years old?
Many people don't make those decisions. They don't even know where they stand. They just go ahead and wing what they see on TV or on a smartphone on Facebook. They're not really in touch with themselves, and they just go ahead with the herd mentality, not really focusing on their individual different situations. Like everybody's situation is not the same. So how we go in and make a general decision on something that's very specific, it doesn't make any sense.
And everybody's not built the same. If you have a person that is very emotional and being emotionally supported is important, you cannot try to put them with someone who is not emotional and doesn't even understand the concept and can't give you that support that will make you feel fulfilled. Again, everybody doesn't need the same level of nourishment in different areas, if you want to call it that. So just like you said, it's nice to have someone to give you a hug and make you cookies and do that. But there are people who that's not a big deal to them. And so here you are making cookies and giving hugs. And this person, what's more important to them is that when they come home, they can talk to you and you can give them advice, or what's more important to them is that, you guys do certain things together externally, or that you guys create a legacy. Like everyone's different. Everyone doesn't need the same amount of attention, the same amount of affection. And so I need a lot of affection. You don't need a lot, and you don't understand why I need it. And you're not going to give it to me because to you, it's not that big of a deal. Well, now here we go. We already have a crack. You know what I'm saying? We already have a crack. So, and then I just see this comment. I love me some Black women, but they in BS. All of the Black women are in BS. You make statements like that, every Black woman that comes to you is going to be about BS, because that's the energy that you are putting out, and you're going to get that back. So that's another level. When we look to what's going on in our lives and our relationships, we're pointing fingers, but you have to take some accountability to what kind of energy you attracted, what you accepted, and what is your thought process? What are you picturing and what are you bringing to you? If you feel like, as a woman, if you think all men are dogs, woof, woof, get a leash, because you're getting a bunch of dogs coming to you because you haven't left space. You haven't put out to the universe that, there's a man out there for me, because you said that all men are dogs. So every man that comes to you is going to prove that point to you, until you can put aside past experiences or your friends' experiences or, the things that we see in the media, and know that, hey, things happen. Okay. I'm in a better place now, and I'm going to attract somebody who's also going to match where I'm at, or who's going to help to elevate me. I'm not thinking about the dogs. I don't care about them. They're not on my level, down there, doggies. We have to get to that point where the things that are happening around us don't affect, or the things that have happened to us don't affect what we think we should have or what we deserve. So we have to also be careful of what we're putting out. If you feel like you're never going to find a person that's going to love you the way you need to be loved, how is that person going to get to you? Because you just put up a roadblock.
Exactly. So many of us do that, and we have this gloom and doom mentality while in public having this thing where we're hopeful for love.
Right.
But I think fallacy comes when we think that this knight in shining armor is going to come by and wave a magic wand and make everything right. And it doesn't work that way,
No, maybe you don't need a knight in shining armor. If you're already doing a great job taking care of yourself, you need a partner. The knight in shining armor, he has an agenda. He knows what he wants to do, and that's what he's coming in to do. It's not so much about what you want or what's the best thing for you, what's for your, highest and best. So again, even that concept, we can kind of set ourselves up, because we're looking for somebody who's going to come in and sweep us off our feet. And okay, well, is this person going to sweep you off your feet and continue to carry you, or are you going to get a little heavy and they're going to drop you? You know what I'm saying? How long is he coming to sweep you off your feet? How long does he plan to stay? You know, so again, it's just about, you know, determining what, you know, what is it that I'm actually desiring? What's my compliment? You know, not what completes me, but what's my compliment? What compliments me? Who compliments me? You know, somebody could be perfect on paper, and then you put you and this person together, and you're like, why isn't this working? You know, I'm a good person, they're a good person, but you don't compliment each other.
And that's what it has to be. I mean, it has to be an interlocking system of that, and complementing each other. But many don't even think about that. They think about what they can get for themselves, and that's it. It's about blending and melding and flowing and all of those good things. It makes life wonderful. But they choke themselves off, and that's why we have the trochos on the main road that are packed up with people who, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Reality, we bend, we can mold, we can focus on, and we can build. But many people don't focus on that. They focus on the bad things they hear and don't focus on building the reality that they are empowered to build.
Right.
And that's very sad.
It is sad. It is sad. But I mean, again, hopefully, you know, one person at a time. If you catch one person, if you catch two, you know, if enough people are willing to take the time, because it's not easy. You know, it's not easy. People want to tell you, oh, you got to heal yourself. You got to do shadow work. You have to do this. And it's like, I have got a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot of things that you do in your day-to-day. You've got a lot of things that have happened to you in life. What are the tools? Where do I start? How do I do this? You know, when I go on the internet and I Google shadow work, all this information comes up. It doesn't even seem like something I have time to do right now. And, you know, I'm just going to, you know what? I've been doing this. I've been making it. I'm just going to continue to make it. And, you know, that's why I'm like, you know, we need a little bit more compassion when even just having these types of topics, you know, when you talk about healing, or when you talk about, you know, focusing on relationships, or, you know, your inner wounds or your inner child, these are sensitive subjects. So, you know, they should be approached sensitively. I can't just sit here and be like, you gotta heal yourself, girl. You better look in the mirror. You better go do this, you know. And you're like, listen, I'm already falling apart here, you know. So I can either A, just keep holding it together like I always have been, or, you know, B, you could kind of talk to me, or, you know, at least give me some hope that this is something that can be accomplished, you know. And it's just not someone throwing out a term and saying, all right, guys, you know, go heal yourselves and be better for the next person. It's like, well, how do I do that?
Well, see, right now in this life, we have to deal with what's in our path. Lots of times we go beyond what's in our path and go too far away from our general, or what we have to do in our mission. Mm-hmm. You know, some things we have to let go and just focus what's in our path. Right. You can't go wrong. You know, that's what's in front of you. That's what you deal with. Many people will come with sob stories and they're way off the other side, and they don't want to do the healing themselves. Healing is something we have to pursue for ourselves. Right. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're trying to basically turn your back on yourself. But we expect lots of times for people to do this healing for us, and it's not for us to do it for them. They've got to go through it themselves. Right. You know?
And the other, you know, another point of that is, if you can identify that you have something that needs to be healed, right? But you feel like it's too big or you can't get there. Someone who is healed, imagine, like we talk about meeting a certain type of person, or meeting our complement, or meeting someone that's going to elevate us. Well, if I've gone through and done the work, if I'm still working on myself, if I'm healing, if I'm committed to healing, and then I meet someone and this person is not committed to healing and still allowing, you know, their inner child or their shadow or their ego to rule, I'm gonna pick that up right away. And guess what? I can't be there. I can't entertain you. it's not going to work. I'm going to have to leave. I'm shifting out of the reality that even, brought me to meeting you, because
yes,
how can someone who is committed to healing and practicing that expose themselves to someone who's still letting circumstance run the show, or who's still letting their demons run the show? It's like, I'm over here casting out my demons. I'm over here, fighting, and I'm getting myself cleared out. And then I come around you and I just see the demon party. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no. All right, well, maybe in a couple years we could, I'll see you later, And so you wonder sometimes, oh, I met this person and they were really great, but they never called back. Or, I thought we really hit it off at the restaurant, but they never asked me for a second date.
Most people are not really about the work. They're not really about looking inside themselves. They're not really looking to actually cleanse themselves and cleanse themselves permanently.
Right.
A lot of it is talk. Like I said, my thing is whatever's in your path you deal with, whether it's helping to heal somebody else, helping to heal yourself, helping to see what's inside of yourself. A lot of times we go off the beaten path, way beyond what we should be. Let's just deal with it, with what's in our path, and focus what's in our path, and be authentic about it, not be fake about it. Just be true to ourselves and focus on what it is what we know, and we'll be all right. Because we only have so much time in the day. And so many people are sitting on the sidelines as naysayers, and those are the ones who will come at you with witchcraft or doubt, or dropping seeds of doubt, because they don't have the enthusiasm. You have it, you keep it, you work it, and you don't let anything take you away from it.
That's true. It's just, even with doing readings, a lot of times I have people who ask me, why won't this person, be with me, or why isn't it working? And, it's like, baby, you listen to yourself. Why? That desperation is not coming from a healed place. It's not coming from a healthy place. So the other person can pick up on that. A lot of times that's with that energy. A lot of people feel like they're hiding, like, oh, I'm being, whether we want to call it being fake or they're wearing a mask. But again, somebody else that, especially someone who's healed, they can see that you're not hiding anything. When people, even I got to accept myself back in the past. So I thought, I was holding it all together. Somebody who was more advanced, they could see it. And they could be like, damn, she's beautiful, but she's not ready for this kind of, relationship or whatever. So, that's my point. It's like, people are wondering, where's my person, or where's this great person for me, or where's this? And it's like, you got to start here. You got to start here. If you get into a relationship and then your neediness comes out, and your clinginess or your detachment or whatever it is that's not healed from, that it's going to put a wedge. You're not going to have that situation that you're looking for, because you have something that's wired to mess it up. So
it's so true.
We can continue to come home and watch TV at night and stay on Instagram until we fall asleep, or we can start carving out some time to actually work on ourselves.
Make something happen. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? You had a rough childhood. It left you emotionally detached. It left you feeling this way. Okay, we know that now. So what are we gonna do? What's the next step? You know what I'm saying? Just sitting here thinking about it, that's not the step. What's the next step? I'm not gonna just say, okay, well, guess what? That happened to me, so now I'm just gonna be emotionally detached. Okay. Great. You could stay there. That's like knowing that you got an infection in your leg, and then being like, oh, well, it's not a virus, so I'm just going to leave it. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah, but most people are in denial, and they're waiting for something to come and save them, like a quick fix or whatever. And it goes on being miserable forevermore, because they don't proactively go after it and challenge life and change life and go after life aggressively. Most don't do that. Most don't know how to do that. And it's very intimidating for them. So what do you say to people who need to stoke those fires from within and change the reality immediately, and don't think this is going to take 5 years or 10 years, but let's go get it now. How do you fire those people up to get to that point?
You can just plant the seeds. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is plant the seeds, and it's really about how much this person wants to change. There's really not much you can do. You could give the most motivational speech. I can come over here and I can tell you things in a very sensible and clear manner. If that person is not ready, willing, or at a place where it matters enough for them to take those steps, there's nothing that I can really do about that, or you could do. I could just provide the information. I can provide the tools. I can provide my compassion and, a vibe that make you feel something that maybe you'd be like, you know what, damn, that felt good. I want to feel that all the time. I'm going to pursue that. But, again, if that person isn't ready, I don't know, maybe there are people who have that ability to, okay, now I got it. But, I try to talk to people in their language. I try, hey, listen, because that's how I talk to people. I'm like, hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. I'm here to tell you this is what's going on. If you have a question and you ask me, I'm going to give you the answer like I said before. And, if you say, well, I don't think I can. And it's like, well, why don't you think you can? I'll take those steps. we're going to get to this. I want you to tell me. I'm going to make you tell me. That's like my approach. I'm going to make you tell me why you're not going to do it. And then we know what it is. And then it's not a secret. You are not doing it because you're not ready, or you don't want to, or you don't think you can. And then you know what it is. And sometimes that is what gets people. It's like, shit, it's me. And then from there, it's like, all right, you hear, a month or two later, okay, you know what, I'm going to therapy now, or I'm doing this now, or, thanks for that conversation because it made me think. And now I'm taking this action step. So I feel like sometimes just putting the mirror up, just put the mirror up and let them see, like.
And let it run its course in the midnight hour when they think about it.
Right.
And they think and they apply it to themselves. Like, you know what? I need to improve my life, as opposed to just having it thrown out and then rejecting it, which happens in America so much.
Right.
The propaganda is just put out so fast that we don't even have a chance to really put our mind to it.
Right.
So let's talk about Ghana. When things are put out there, things sit out there for a while. Even though we have corruption, the bottom line, see right through it in a transparent fashion.
Well, I have a question for you being there. Do you notice a difference in how relationships work? Like, do you notice, a difference in like the amount of couples or the kind of couples that you see? Or I know you talk to people a lot. Like, do you see the difference between relationships in America and relationships there?
I see the commitment more. I don't see the facade more. I don't see the hand holdings and the hugs and the kisses. I just see the commitment. I see those who may not indulge in those outward things, but when it comes to being that ride or die person, they become that person because they're into the person. So with Americans, I would say they're more into the outward display. They're more into the hand holding, the kissing, the hugging, the embracing, and everything like that. But it really doesn't mean anything out here from what I see. When I do see it, it must really mean something, because they're doing it. They're holding their hands and holding their whatever. And that's a display of energy. That's an exchange of energy. And I don't see as much that here anymore. So it's a strange phenomenon. It's a cultural thing because that's just what they don't do as much. But it's very healthy when you're a youngster and you see this, so it's going to be a further discussion for sure.
Definitely. Well, that's interesting because I do feel like maybe in America we do get pushed that whole, love looks like this. Love looks like this.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't look like this, then you don't have it, or you're missing out. And again, everybody's love doesn't look the same for everybody, So commitment. What is that? I feel like that's something that people struggle with. And sometimes I wonder, like, honestly, even though we speak English here, we don't really speak English in the way that reflects what the words actually mean sometimes. We have these words that we overuse a lot, but we're not even like using them in the right terminology. So I wonder, I'm like, is that the disconnect here? Because we throw around this word commitment, and I'm like, I just promise you that most people don't understand the full definition, what it actually means to be committed to something. It's like,
some don't want to know. Some don't want to know. Some will say it as a facade and keep stepping, but they're not going to fulfill the whole thing, the whole entire embracing of commitment. They have different.
Understand it though? Do they even understand what it means? Like, what does it mean? Not just doing a thing. I did this thing, so now I'm committed. It's like, no, commitment is continuous. It's not just I did this thing and now I'm in. You've got to keep,
right.
And then you hear people, well, I did it. Well, okay, I married her. Like, what else do you want from me? It's like, hello.
Exactly.
It's not just about putting a ring on the finger.
But for so many, that's all it is. And they don't venture beyond that.
Right.
And that's where you get in trouble. I mean, even before that, they don't venture into that. And they don't ask questions. They don't inquire in different situations. And they end up in the sorry state of affairs, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And there's so much out here to learn and to absorb. And like you said, we should be thinking about that until 20 years old.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the disparity between how men view relationships and how women view relationships. I have, family members, male family members, friends, and, I have a lot of honest conversations with men. And, I don't get offended when, they speak, how men speak a certain way with their boys in a different way with women. A lot of my friends, they'll talk to me how they talk, or I'll be there with a group of guys and I'm just like, oh, really interesting. And, when you hear about relationships and it's like, okay, you have a couple that's dating. And, when you're dating, it's not a commitment. You're dating. So if you're going to date other people, you generally should say, okay, well, we're dating. I am dating other people. Are you dating other people or whatever? But, you have this thing where, okay, well, we're dating. So the woman automatically assumes because her and this person, not the woman, not all women, but in this particular situation, you have a woman that will assume that because she's dating this man and they're spending a certain amount of time with each other, that means something. And then when she finds out that, well, he spends the equal amount of time with this woman and he spends a little bit of time with this one and he goes bowling with this one every Friday, they feel betrayed. And it's like, why is it that men are better at grasping the whole dating, situation than women? It's like women lock in on a guy and it's like, that's it. This is the one I want. And this is one. And it's like, well, he's not locked in yet. It's not time to lock in. It's time to see what is really happening here. Is this somebody that I can make my partner? Is this somebody that, I can take to the next level and we can build and we can have a life together? I see Regina saying that she was married for 35 years until death do us part. Is this person on the same page as me? Or is this person just going out because they like my company and they take me out every Friday? But he's not really seeing me as somebody, right. And so I see that a lot where you have the woman and it's like, no, we're dating. We've been dating for 6 months. This is it. And the guy, he's dating 6 other people. She has no idea. She has no clue. And then when she finds out, it's like, so I'm just like, okay, what is this? Or, she sits back and she's, again, not dating anyone. And, he's sleeping with, this many people. And then it's like, did someone tell you, not to say I'm not condoning sleeping around, but are you paying attention? Right. Are you paying attention? When you speak to this guy, do we ask questions? Do we ask our partners, what's your sex drive like? Because that would give that. I mean, if you ask that question, the answer is very revealing if someone's being honest. You know,
Indeed.
if you're good with 2 times a week, and then this person says 5 or 6 already, baby, you know you have a problem already. He's not scaling back to 2 times a week.
Well, see, this is the thing. Many men, they don't want to be corralled into a certain time. It's like they want to do in their mind what they want to do when they want to do it. Even if they don't do it, they want to think that they can go ahead and do it. And that's when the problem begins, because now you're supposed to bend to what they want and serve what they want and give the glass, just do what they want to do. And it's not going to work that way. Well, what about you? And like you said, even going back to dating is dating. It's the trying out of the energies out in the world to know what you like and what you don't like in a person. Right. It means nothing unless you said you're going to come back and date again. I'm interested in you. I like to be married to you or get into the engagement. There's stages that each filter takes care of and knocks out where there's no risk involved. If you go from just dating to engagement and forget courting, you're in trouble because you didn't ask the questions. You see? So the higher you go, the more there is, or the higher you go inside your relationship, the more there is you're going to have to go inside. Hopefully you can meet somebody on the outside and get a insight that will help you, because there's a lot of dust here, a lot of traffic here. But once you conquer that, you can win and you can get it. It's not that much.
Right. That's true. And then it's like we ask for honesty, but a lot of times, I hear from the feedback that I get, it's like, I don't feel like I could be honest because if I tell her this, she's going to get upset and I don't feel like fighting, or, it's like you want honesty, but if a person were to really be honest with you, would you be able to accept that? Would you be able to process it and, not take it as, a betrayal because it wasn't something that you expected, or it's not something that you want to hear? It's like, how do you get to that point where someone can talk to you and tell you the truth without it being, like we call it a tower moment, something that just kind of rocks the foundation? It's like, we say honesty, but are we ready for honesty? Most
are not. Most will go along to get along until that price of the car comes up too high. Most of us don't want to really sacrifice for that, not even for monetary value, but that person who's sick across the street to say, hey, I'm going to take $20 and sock it away for them just in case they need this or need that. Most of us are living a very selfish life, but we do little gestures to seem unselfish. We're going to receive those orders when the builder says, tear the mango trees up. We understand that they're tearing up something that's very sacred, but at the same time, they have the right on the property to do what they do. But it's a matter of reaching people on a moral level, because as I walked through the Medina market today, I just saw people who were hell-bent on getting what they want for what they want. And therefore, hence the crazy traffic. I know they're good people who get up and go to church and stuff, but I couldn't really believe how hectic it was. And that becomes normalcy for some people, and that's cool. It's all right. If you can handle that kind of atmosphere, fine. But when it comes time to go down to the forum and change certain things over and whatever, it's become just like I don't even know what to say. It's not about healing. We want it to be about healing. We're going to make sure it's that. But some people are just hell-bent on the same activity that they do and the same dealing they would want to do, and they want to get out here and get married with somebody who can bring them in the motherland. It's crazy.
You may get to a land, but I don't know if it's the motherland. Somewhere, but I don't know if it's where you want to be. And
it's the system.
It is a system. It is a system. And until you recognize the system and decide that you want to do something outside of it, it's like it's not a game. It's not a game when you lock in with someone and you've got to understand that, you know, whatever this person does now is going to have some type of effect on you. You know, if this person, if they live, you know, do they honor integrity? You know, let's just put it like that. Like, does this person have integrity? The things that they do, forget me, forget how you treat me, because some people will treat you amazingly, but then you see how they treat other people. And so even though they're treating you well, you just know it's just a matter of time before that energy makes its way to you, right? Because it's like, okay, if you're treating me one way and I see you treating other people poorly, what's the real you? You know, what is it about me? You know, it's like that kind of reasoning. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's like, how can you sit back and you can watch someone and they show you examples of maybe situations where, wow, it's like, I don't really like that behavior. But because they don't treat you like that, you kind of let it go. And then you get locked in, and now that behavior is coming back around. And can you really be surprised by that?
Well, I was prepared mentally for that, among other things. And that's just where life goes. But when it comes to be preparing for that and climbing those stories and being there, I thought about a lot of things, you know, and it wasn't just about the fear mongering. It was like, hey, this is a call to action. I learned this already, and I had more things to do. And my thing was that even what's his name? This basketball player on the TV, he got this role. So it's a serious picture and it's something very dramatic, but how are you going to rock it? My thing is that no matter what position you have in this world, what are you going to do with that dash between the years of your birth date and your transition years? What are you going to do? It's okay if you say that the woman is ugly. Well, we have an issue to surmount. We have something to defeat. I need this energy. She understands what it is I'm about. And it's just something, you know, everybody wants the allegiance to one faction of this or one faction of the other. It can't be that you just flow in an area and just float effectively. There's always going to be something dropping in the head behind the windshield and moving your head around, shaking your head. You know, you got to take that with a grain of salt,
right?
You know, and move on.
No, it's one of those things where, you know, are we being realistic, or do we just want, you know, again, we want the ideal, we want what we think love looks like, but then when, you know, we get into a situation and it's like, okay, now you're in it, are you going to make this work? How are you going to make this work? You know, it's like, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't unfold in front of you and you just walk through it. You know, it's like, you have to be present here and they have to be present here, and together you guys have to do in order to go. You know, you have to come together to go forward together, you know, or one person's going to be dragging the other person, or somebody's going to get left behind.
With every move, there's a counter move. And if anybody pulls away and you want that same trajectory, you're going to have to make it happen. But every star is a cool, you know, it's just a star that just supernovas out. And what are you going to do with that? It's just long overdue. It's a natural occurrence. So toward the end of your videos, reach out and put more information and just dress it up and just understand that what you brought earlier today is very important, and not many people are going to hear that in the style of which you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
We need you on more, much, much more.
Wow. You're deep. You get deep. You get real deep.
I can't help myself. I can't help myself.
We need it. We all need it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we have so much to talk about, so much to share, so many worlds to delve into. I ain't gonna lie, I had a rough day today. I'm gonna wrap it down soon, but I want us to come on frequently and get down deep into the topics with surgical precision, because that's what I'm into. Right. I want to talk about very specific things that may not come up in the show, the live show stream. Right. I want to talk very, very specific things and be brutally honest and let people know that I'm for the people. Right. And this is not for any political office. It's not for to get more times in the church. Exactly. This is just real kicking it when you're in a doctor's office and you're reading golf magazines and tennis magazines, on good and damn well you're not reading them, but you're reading them because you're stuck with them.
Right.
So I don't want to be stuck or have anybody stuck with me. I want to keep building the real. I want to keep leaving it into the way it's supposed to live into, and tomorrow's another day. I'm going to break this thing up more and go at it even harder.
I feel you. I totally agree with that. Like you said, the precision of the topics, getting like cutting, some of these conversations, you can have this relationship conversation a million different ways, with a million different people. So it's just like, all right, well, what do we want to hit on? It's like, what's the target today? How do we blow this up? How do we get someplace? How do we dig a little bit deeper even? Like, what haven't we heard yet? What haven't we touched on yet?
Exactly. But it doesn't have to be a brick and mortar structure. It could be something that was new and you use as a backdrop or things like that. You use them as the backdrop in the space, but for that structure. And even the neighborhood, if it's messed up and they got some soul or semblance of the soul, they'll understand what it is.
That's right. All right. I know I can tell I feel your energy. I know you're ready to like wind it down. So maybe I should jump in. I can feel you. I'm losing you. Come back. No. Yeah, let's see. Well, I'm excited because I created a deck recently, and I just got it a couple days ago. So I'm like, oh, this would be a good opportunity to use it. I incorporated music into the tarot deck. So every card has a song that, would resonate with, the actual card itself. So
exactly.
I'm going to add that to the reading, and maybe that will, touch a few people.
Beautiful.
Give them something to, go listen to this song. And if the lyrics resonate with you, then, make a move. Move accordingly.
That's why I was taught in the art school to kind of lean over the curb, let them see. They bounce up, you come over the curb. It's a little risque, but it got the sales going on,
Right. Hold on, let me just think my camera is acting up. Am I back?
Oh, wow. Let me see. Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Kind of froze up. Might not even matter.
My camera cut out a second, but it came back in. So
yeah.
I might have to switch to my laptop camera because this little web camera is very sensitive. So when I bang on the desk, it's like it cuts off. All right.
That's right. So listen, it's been wonderful. Chock full of information, focus, and drive. And we're gonna run these, and we're gonna feast on it like the doggy bag that it is. Much bigger than the doggy bag, but we have to understand that when we make these videos and throw them out into the world, that it's ahem thrown out there. People get killed off of that.
Right.
With the verses that you already know. FBI, too much to count the list, but I yanked one of the FBI guys, was armed off of the guy. I will say that. I was that little hero in that situation, but it was okay because I wasn't trying to be a hero.
Okay.
But it was amazing to be there and be part of that and to understand what was going on and
right.
was on that, so that was a very good thing.
I'm looking, some of these comments are very interesting because you're seeing like different perspectives. Everybody's got a different perspective on things.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get in. I think I'm going to do the same format, three separate piles. And so I'm going to give you guys some things to kind of meditate on to pick which reading is going to be for you, okay? All right, so everyone who's here, okay, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them in the comments as far as the reading as we're going. I'm going to do 3 different piles. Okay, so it's going to be 3 different readings, and you may resonate with one, or you might possibly resonate with, more than one. And anything that doesn't fit, anything that isn't, hitting you, you don't have to accept it. Maybe it's not your message. There are different people on here. I might pick up someone's energy very strongly, and maybe, someone else's I might miss. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. So can I get some messages for our collective tonight so we can get some relationship guidance or healing, especially for my singles. My couples, of course, I'm here to help them too, but I know that singles have a lot of questions sometimes, so we'll see if we can get some insight. All right, get some more. I want 3 main messages here. Can we get 3 main messages? All right, and can we get one more message for them? Do you have a special name that you call your viewers? Do you have
No, really not. They have variations on their names and they use them that way, but never really I say this is your name and I'm going to call it. The apprehension for me is that when the rainy season comes, you better have a vehicle that blocks up, But I don't knock those who live in the swampy areas because there's a reason why they live in the swampy areas, Man may not know it yet, they're big and strong, but they may be hung up in a situation.
Okay. All right, let's see. One more message. Okay. All right, we're ready. So I want to pick different items today. All right, I'm picking 3 items, all right? And I'm going to show them one by one. And I want you to choose the reading based off of which one you felt something with or which one kind of left an impression on you the most, okay?
Okay.
All right, so first I have this Organite pyramid. All right, so we're going to take a look at the pyramid. Okay, take a look at it for a few moments. Then I have this beautiful bracelet. All right, this is, I believe, turquoise and pyrite. All right, so take a look at the bracelet. All right, and then I have this, it's a simple candle holder, but it's something to catch your eye. So focus on it for a moment. And then based on whichever one kind of spoke to you the most, this is pile number 1.
Wow.
This is pile number 2. And then this is going to be pile number 3. All right, guys. So in the comments, you can let me know which pile you picked. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with pile number 1. And I'm going to pull another message to see where we're going to kind of focus in. So pile number 1, your first message is keep an open mind, okay? Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So I like this card because just for what we talked about earlier, when people have this concept of what love is supposed to look like and how it's going to come, you're being guided to keep an open mind because the person that is right for you, the person that is your soulmate, may come in a completely different package than what you ever expected for yourself. All right, so let's see what's the next message that we can get, and then I'll get into the tarot. Can we get another message for pile number 1? Can we get one more message for pile number 1? All right, then we've got love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So pile number 1, you may have someone who reaches out to you, okay? If you're single, you may have someone who reaches out to you and lets you know that they're interested. And this person could probably be not even on your radar, or you never even looked at them in this way, but you're being guided to kind of keep an open mind because this situation may be a little bit more fulfilling or could be the one. And it's just not what you expect. Because again, what do we know? What do we even know? We've got the Three of Wands here. So this could mean that, you've been waiting. Some of you have been waiting for waiting for someone to show up, waiting for a certain type of person. And this person seems to be somewhere around, or they're coming soon. All right. So can we get some more messages for pile number 1? 7 of Cups. Okay. 7 of Cups tells me that either you have a lot of options, or sometimes you have difficulty seeing the truth of things. You may have fantasies, or you may daydream a lot. Okay. Oh, tall, dark, and handsome, or she's going to be, this way, or he's going to be that way. But again, someone's coming that's not going to fit the description. So if you're really ready, right, be on the lookout for something that's not what you expect, okay? We've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So some of you may have even turned this person down before, may have rejected them before, or really just don't pay them any attention, or don't, you don't let them in. You kind of block them off, right? Because it's not your type. It's not what you're looking for. All right. What other information can we get for pile number 1? 10 of Wands. Okay. So for some of you, there's something that you've been holding on to. You've got a little baggage from your past that you've been carrying around. For some, it's the expectations. Okay. Expectations can be very heavy, especially the longer you go that they don't get fulfilled. They start to become baggage. They start to weigh you down because, you've ever heard that term, being crushed by the weight of your own expectations. You set these unrealistic, I want to say, goals, or you envision something that is a fantasy, and then it gets to be kind of frustrating when that fantasy does not become a reality. All right. And so let me get a little information on why do we need to keep an open mind? Why does pile number 1 need to keep an open mind?
I'm definitely going to find out. Trust me.
Okay. So pile number 1, you may be dealing with someone who is a Taurus, or this person could be, they could be very intelligent. Okay. This could be someone who maybe you have a lot of conversations with this person, or you look at this person, spiritually, they're very aware. Spiritually, they're probably maybe, a little bit more advanced than you, or spiritually, they're just very out there where you may not be at that same place. But this person, they're very much in tune, okay? They also could be someone who is a leader, or an educator, or an authority of some sort. So, it could have been a situation where this person, either they've had a crush on you for a long time, or you kind of like them a little bit, but you never really, saw them in a way that was sexual, or you never really got a kind of spark. And it's not because it can't happen. It's just because it's one of those, I don't see them like this. And so that's what open up your mind, because this person can teach you a lot. This person, they actually can teach you a lot, not just about the world, but they can teach you a lot about love. They can show you probably something that you have not experienced before, because they are so spiritually aware and in tune, or just, this person knows themselves very well. And when a person knows themselves, they have a lot to give. All right. Can we get some more information? Oh, there's a lot coming out. All right. Can we get some?
Really just now.
All right. Let's see if we can get. What is this love call going to be about? For pile number 1. Love. Okay. 6 of Wands. So this person, they're very determined. This person is going to call you, and, they're going to kind of be your cheerleader. They're going to let you know all the things that they like about you. They're going to let you know how much they admire you. Okay. This person is what's going to click for you is how this person makes you feel. All right. They may not be your type, but once you talk to them and once you let them in and give them a chance, they're going to make you feel so good. You're going to forget that this person, either they don't look the way you thought, or they don't have the job you thought your person would have, or whatever it is about them that you never considered before. Oh, the Hermit. And there's going to be some, either they've put a lot of thought into this. They've either put a lot of thought into this, or, you know, you could be a little bit lonely. You may have been lonely, and this person is going to kind of like alleviate that a bit. They're going to pull you out of this, you know, hole that you've been in. Let's see. What other information can we get about this love call? What is coming with this love call? For pile number 1. This person's also going to be very romantic. All right, this person's going to be very romantic. They're going to be very genuine when it comes to their emotions. They're really going to want to connect with you on an emotional level. You know, this is the person they're going to bring you flowers. Okay, this person is going to, you know, want to have a picnic. They're going to be very thoughtful when it comes to the romance. I'm telling you, this person, they're not the type that's going to sweep you off their feet, but they're going to be very thoughtful, and it's going to be something that is fulfilling emotionally. Like this person they're going to know exactly what to do to connect with you on that romantic emotional level. All right. Now, pile number 1, if you're already in a relationship, what I'm picking up is that you've been kind of feeling like you and your person are off. You feel like maybe you're not on the same page, or you feel like this person doesn't understand you. And what I'm getting here is that it's the same with the expectation. You may have gone into the relationship, or either one of you went into the relationship thinking that things were going to be one way. And now we're going to have a conversation, or your person is going to want to talk to you, and they're going to let you know all the same things, all the things they admire about you, and, you know, ways that they can be more supportive of you. And I think that it's almost going to bring things back down to earth. It's going to bring you guys back to reality in order for you guys to connect again. So if you're in a relationship already, there's like a reconnection happening here, where going forward, it's going to be more satisfying and fulfilling, because you're doing it with the mutual understanding of who this other person is. And your person, once you have that conversation and they feel understood by you, it's going to change how they even approach the relationship. And where you may have thought you were with somebody who just didn't get it, or he's just not romantic, or she just doesn't understand me, now it opens up that lane for you guys to have this experience that, again, emotionally is going to be more fulfilling. Okay, so now I want to move on. Let me see. Were there any questions? I need to find out why my energy is off. Why do I have a hard time with my relationship and money? Okay. Again, you guys got to let me know which pile resonated with you. But let's pull out the healing deck. That's going to give us some messages to kind of, you know, to make us think and see what areas we need to kind of work on. All right, let's get some healing information and healing energy for pile number 1.
Right on point. Trust me. That's why there's so much silence.
Okay, pile number 1, fulfillment. Fulfillment. How many times did I say you're going to feel more fulfilled? Fulfillment. Okay. All right. Let's not get carried away, but I know I said that a few times. So this is card number 20. All right, so you may resonate with the number 20 or with the number 2. Okay, so it says, this is a sign that all your needs are being met, that you are close to achieving your goal. Celebrate your choices at this time, for you have drawn the symbol of fulfillment. Now is the time to integrate and digest what you have learned of late. Savor every moment and know that every encounter is intended to feed your soul. You are meant to have a rich, satisfying life and taste all that experience has to offer. Look around and recognize all the ways that your life is already full. You have so many reasons to feel good about yourself. All is well and will be well when you choose fulfillment. So, excuse me, going back to the beginning where I said for the singles, there could be someone already here. I feel like this person probably has already been your cheerleader. This person has probably already said certain things, how they feel about you, how great of a person you are. They've already let you know what they think, and you didn't notice it because you were still looking for something else. But you're being guided to look around your life right now and see what great things are you overlooking because you're focused on something else, or you've got this expectation, this is what I expect, and so you're missing everything in the peripheral, and this person's in the peripheral for my singles. There's this person here, and all they want is just for you to look at them and notice them, because once you do, it's over. Once they get that in, it's over. And so, whether you're waiting for fulfillment, you don't have to wait because it's already here, but you just have not seen it yet. All right. So back to the beginning message. It's about keeping an open mind. Okay. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. All right. Pile number 1. So that was your message, guys. If that resonated with you, let me know. Okay. We're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 2. All right. So for those of you who picked a bracelet, you got pile number 2. Okay. And your message is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. All right. So let's go ahead and see what the next main message is for pile number 2. Actually, before we get into it, let's clear out. By pile number 1. All right. Pile number 2. All right. Can we get another message for pile number 2? What else do we need to tell pile number 2? Pile number 2, make the effort. Your energy is a little tight. You might be a little bit closed off, holding back, hesitating. Come on, can we get a message for pile number 2? Pile number 2, do you want a message? Here it is. Here it is. We've got kisses. All right. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So we multiply that here with make the effort. So for pile number 2, it may be a situation where you need to make the effort to let down your wall. Okay. You're being asked to be a little bit more loving, okay, and unconditional loving. Not, okay, well, I'm happy with you today, so therefore you can get a hug today, but you got on my nerves yesterday, so now I'm not going to talk to you. It's unconditional. It's being open to not just giving, but to receiving from someone. Okay, and this is something that may be difficult for you to do for various reasons. So we'll see. Either there's a block here, because even when I was trying to get this message, there's like the cards, nothing would come. There's a block somewhere where either you feel uncomfortable with affection, or for you, affection is based off of it's like a reward system. Okay, if you're in the red, you get no affection, but if you're in the green, then you can get hugs and kisses. So let's go ahead. What is this message? Why does number 1 need to make the effort? Number 2, pile number 2. Why do they need to make the effort? We've got the Chariot in reverse. You're very guarded. You're being asked to let your guard down. Some of you are afraid of the direction that either your love life or relationship is going, or you're just uncertain about the direction. And because you don't know the direction, maybe you're a little bit, closed off. It's like, well, I don't know where this is going, so, I'm just going to sit back. All right. Then we've got Judgment in reverse. Okay. Afraid of being judged, afraid afraid to afraid to make a move or make a decision because it might be the wrong one. And also with the judgment in reverse, there's a bit of denial here. Okay, so some of you may not even realize that you have this like way about you. You know, some of us, sometimes we feel like we're very loving and we're giving, but is it unconditional? You know, it's like that conditional word is very big, because it's like, yo, if I'm irritated with you, you're out in the cold and that's it, you know? So some of you may be dealing with a Cancer, some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio. All right, can we get some more information? Why is Pile 2 guided to make the effort? All right, we've got the 7 of Swords in the reverse. So this is about honesty. This is about letting the mask off. This is about the truth. So somewhere there's a truth that is either needing to be revealed or going to be revealed. And we've got the 3 of Swords in the reverse. So this is heartbreak. So some of you may need to be honest about the fact that whatever you are right now, whether you're guarded or whether you are, you know, taking yourself off the market, or you're avoiding a situation, or you're not putting effort into something because you just feel like, you know, well, they're not really doing what I want, so I'm just going to sit back. This all stems from something that you have not healed from yet, something that happened before, whether it's in this particular relationship, if you're in one, or something that happened in the past. So that past situation is affecting how you emote in your current situation. All right, so you're being guided to make the effort, because getting to that place where you are giving unconditional love may take time and effort on your part, but great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take, okay? So can we get, what are some of the steps that pile number 2 is being guided to take?
Dead on point.
Okay. We've got the Lovers in the reverse. And we've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's part of your ideal, what your viewpoint on love is. Your love life is being affected by the way that you communicate, or a lack of communication. So it's almost like either your guard is up, okay, your guard is up, or it goes up very fast. You know, the minute something happens and it's like, oh, the guard is up, and it's like you don't communicate, you're not affectionate. I'm getting a very like dry, kind of deadpan energy whenever something triggers you, or whenever something upsets you. Or just like a shutdown, like not even allowing people in or people near you. 8 of Pentacles. Some of you may, you know, I'm just going to work. I'm going to put my time and my attention into work instead. So exactly. Some of you, yeah, they may, you know, you may say, okay, well, you know, relationship's not going that great right now, or, you know, I've been single for a long time, so I'm just going to focus completely on work. All right, what other messages do we have? What other steps is pile number 2 being guided to take? Five of Swords. And we've got the 7 of Cups in the reverse. So you're being guided to be a lot more realistic. Again, the 7 of Cups is about fantasy. It's like a lot of people have this fantasy of what they want. And it's like, if the fantasy isn't here, then what is here doesn't get anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't water this flower because I wanted roses, but this is a daisy. So I'm not going to water the daisy, even though it's a beautiful flower. But because it's not a rose, it doesn't deserve water. It's almost that kind of energy I'm having. Like, it's like, if it's not what you want, then it doesn't get any attention. You know, it's like, that's it. It's like things have to be like the way you think they should be, how you think they should be. And not that you have this mindset on purpose. This just could be something that you've got to work through. You know, if this is resonating.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Right. You know, it's like if this is resonating with you, you may want to look at your patterns. You may want to just, you know, take a little, you know, walk down memory lane with your relationships and see, okay, when I get disappointed, how do I react? Or, you know, when I'm interested in someone, how do I treat this person? Or what do I do to let this person know that I'm interested in them? All right, let's see. Can we get, okay. Again, I feel like some of you have kind of blocked out love or blocked out certain offers. It's kind of, you know, again, it wasn't what I thought, or it wasn't what I wanted. So
yeah, it's phenomenal what you're saying. Because most don't venture off into those realms, and there's a lot of question marks and fallacies and things you brought up that will be valued. We're gonna do a lot more of this.
Exactly. Okay. And we've got the Empress. Okay, so for some of you, this is regarding a relationship, a marriage. But we also have Taurus and Libra energy here. But with this Empress, you do want, or you do adore, you know, if you are in a relationship, or if there's someone that you're interested, you do have a very deep affinity for this person. You do respect them, you do adore them, you do love them, but it's just like somehow it's not coming across, or you're not showing, or again, you want unconditional love, but are you making that same effort to give unconditional love? Okay. And so some of you, you may have just met someone. If you're not already in a relationship, you may have just met someone. And again, if you've been, you know, if you've got this block, if you've been single for a long time, if you're afraid to kind of make that step, you're being guided to kind of get out of your head, you know, get out of your head and make that step. You know, it's okay to be affectionate. It's okay to, you know, let someone give you things. It's okay to accept gifts. You know, it's okay to give and receive love. You know, you don't have to be the person that just receives. It's almost like some of you sit back and you want somebody to pour into you, pour into you, pour into you, and then you always find reasons why you cannot return that. But this person is given to you. They're not saying, well, I can only love you today because you know, we've been doing good for the last 2 weeks, so you get a hug. It's like there's no conditions. You want that, so we got to give that, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the healing message is for pile number 2. Because for those of you who are single, or those of you who just met someone, this person is someone that could be very potentially significant to you. Okay, this person is someone that will love you unconditionally for sure. All right, but you know, not if they can't get through to you, and not if they're not getting, you know, that same kind of love back. Because the Empress knows what she deserves. Okay, the Empress knows what she deserves. She doesn't settle for less, and love is not going to keep her in a situation that isn't rewarding, satisfying, fulfilling, give and take, all of that stuff. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is the healing message for pile number 2. Okay, come on. What is the healing message for pile? You guys ready to receive this message, pile number 2? We've got rigid. Okay.
Who?
Rigid.
She stayed on? Fell asleep?
All right, let's see. This is card number 30. Okay, so the number 3 or the number 30 may resonate with you. So it says, is there a stone wall that stands between you and others? Could that wall be inside you? All right, now is the time to become more flexible and to drop your rigid expectations of yourself and especially of others. Don't be afraid to drop your guard a little too. If you're willing to let others in, you will see a benefit in these connections. Another meaning here is that you recognize the wall that others may have put up. don't take it personally. If they won't let you win, this is their way of coping, and it has little to do with you. So that's wild. You know, I mean, I do this all the time, but even still, sometimes like this, it just blows my mind, because it's like, I've been talking about you having this wall up. There's this wall, no one can get through. So you're being guided and asked to be more flexible. Okay, be more flexible. Let people in. It's okay. Drop your guard a little bit. All right. If you see a benefit, and you've got to be willing to see the benefit in your connections. You got to be willing to think that this is something that, you know, everyone's valuable. Not here. Sorry, Lance, go ahead.
You got to be able to see that they can bring something to the table and be valuable, and they can't even bring that, because it's the sincerity that comes with that. I'm not saying everybody in the motherland they gotta go out and get some toilet paper and go use the bathroom. I'm just saying symbolically, you know. People I'm out in checks, things come out of me, you know. But yeah, the contrast between the poles would be wonderful, and to establish that independent of this place, aim it out where we can get the public, because we like to see that.
All right, cool. All right, pile number 3. So pile number 2, that was your reading. Okay, guys, make the effort. And at the end of this, I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for each pile with your song. Okay, so you can go and listen to that song and see if the lyrics hit you any. All right, so pile number 3. Let's say goodbye to pile number 2. All right, pile number 3, you got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, so for pile number 3, if you are single, you may have some options, but you've got to decide which option is right for you. Or you have a hard time envisioning being in a relationship, or what kind of relationship you want to be in. You may be stuck between, you know, thinking about the bad things that happened before, but then being excited about the good thing that's coming. So it's like, you got to decide what you want. You want the good thing that's coming, you know, focus on good things coming. If you have multiple people, which one do you want? If you want to be in a relationship, you got to pick one of these people. You can't be in a relationship with everybody, right? And if you're in a relationship, I'm picking up that, you know, it's like, you know, when a relationship is at a point where you can either decide you want to make it work, or you can decide that, you know what, we need to move on. Well, it's time to decide, okay? It's time to make that decision in which direction you want to go, okay? So let's go ahead and see if we can get a little bit more information on very soon, all right? Can we get some more information on very soon for pile number 3? Can we get some more information for pile number 3? Ooh, heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. I felt that when I mentioned the people who were in a relationship. So, you know, there may be a situation where if you're in a relationship, something that's happened and you're not sure if you can get over it, all right? You're upset, you're sad. But the thing is that you can't stay in that energy. You know, we've got to experience the heartbreak and the sadness, but we do have to, you know, decide, is this something that can be salvaged, or is it time to move on? And, you know, you've got to decide that, so that what you do want has room to come into you or come towards you. All right, so let's get some information. What is this heartbreak for pile number 3? All right, so we've got the 10 of Cups in the reverse, okay? This is, could be a divorce, could be a relationship falling apart, could be love not flowing anymore, all right? Then we have the 5 of Cups. This is regret, this is remorse, this is sadness, this is grieving, okay? And then we have the 2 of Cups in the reverse. So this is a relationship falling apart, okay? This is 2 people who were once on the same page and they're no longer on the same page with each other. So this is a very sad situation. If you're single, there may be a breakup. It could have been recent, or it could be something that happened long ago, but you love this person so much that it's lingering. It's like, I cannot believe that that relationship fell apart, or I can't believe the pain I felt. For some of you, you're feeling regret. And so maybe you feel like you had a part to play. You're kind of remorseful or feeling guilty about what role you played in this breakup or this separation. Okay, so let's get some more information for pile number 3. Okay, the Hierophant's coming out in the reverse for you. So this is, again, a relationship that may be a marriage for some that may be coming apart. We've got the 3 of Wands in the reverse. So it's like not seeing the bigger picture, or no longer looking at the situation as something that is like you're not waiting for the situation to change. Okay, you don't see this as being a viable situation for you anymore. All right, can we get some more information for pile number 3? For some of you, the fact that you went through a heartbreak has kind of left you not seeing the bigger picture, that, everything that doesn't work out, even though it hurts, it's making room for what it is that you really want. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That breakup hurt, but, it's almost like that meme. I don't know if you've seen it, where the little girl is holding on to a little teddy bear. She's afraid to let it go, and God or Jesus is in front of her, and he's got a bigger teddy bear, but he can't give it to her until she gives back the small teddy bear. So some of you are holding on to a small teddy bear, and there's something much bigger just waiting to come to you once you let go of this sadness and this mourning of this relationship, or regretting what happened. Let's see what else we have. The 9 of Swords, sleepless nights, overthinking. Okay?
That's what I do.
Losing sleep. We've got the Devil here. So this could have been a codependent type of a situation in some way, maybe, which is why it's so hard for you to let it go, because you felt like you were bound to this person. I mean, it could be a sexual thing, or it could be, it just could have been, that runner chaser dynamic. There's several, abandonment wounds. We're going to clarify that. And then we've got the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is facing that. This is the truth. Either something was revealed, you found something out. Somebody may have found out that somebody wasn't who they thought they were. You found out that, somebody found something out about you, or you found something out about someone. But this information is what has caused everything now to kind of just fall apart. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. Stories getting a little juicy. We've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is somebody that kind of can come in and sweep you off your feet, but then just as quickly beat the exit. They're out of there. So, someone could have came in and, made a bunch of promises, and, after they got what they want, they were gone. And now you're like, oh my God, what happened? Knight of Pentacles. But I'm feeling here that some of you have some options. Again, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. Some of you are sitting here regretting the past, and there's some people here that, hey, they want your attention. They're like, can I take you out? You're over here worried about this person that, is no longer here. And there's, you have somebody who may sweep you off your feet. What they do after that, I don't know. And then you also have somebody who may be willing to take their time with you. Okay, willing to take their time. They can see that you're sensitive. All right. For some of you, you need to give yourself, you need to understand that it may take time to get over this. So if you feel like you've been feeling pain for too long, it's taking time, but eventually it will clear out. It's not just going to clear out like that. So don't make it harder, by focusing, like you're focusing on the pain. Okay. You're like, oh my God, I'm in this pain. I'm in this pain. I'm in this pain. And it's like, you're going to be in pain, but just focus on the fact that the pain is going to go away. If you hold on to the pain, it's never going to go away. You got to let it go. You got to feel it, experience it, let it go. You know, if you wake up in the morning and you don't feel the best, you know, it is what it is. You hope for a better day tomorrow. You don't predispose yourself to waking up, you know, fucked up, for lack of a better term, because you stayed up all night because you know, you're crying or you're sad or you're hurt. You're going to have a bad day the next day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like getting into a different mind frame, a better habit of setting yourself up to get over whatever this hurt is or whatever this situation is. Okay. All right, let's see. I feel like Landon, he's giving me songs. Landon, actually, you got one of those songs right. They're in my deck. All right. Let's see if we have any more information for pile number 3. Okay. All right, we've got the 7 of Cups coming out in the reverse again. So that's dropping unrealistic expectations. That's like my get real card. All right, get real. Some of you, we got the 10 of Pentacles here. So this could have been a family situation. It could have been a commitment. But for some of you, you have somebody that wants to offer you a commitment, or you got someone out here. It's almost like they're just kind of circling, kind of waiting, you know, waiting for their turn to come in. And then we've got the Death card. So again, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but if you're not dealing with a Scorpio, it's time to put it to rest. Okay, it's time to end it, and it's time to transform. Okay, this says death, but this Death card actually has rebirth on it. So it's time to have a rebirth. You know, if you are in pain, if you have a broken heart, you really have to fight that. It's like, I'm telling you, when I read the card and I said, for if you're in a relationship, the minute I said relationship, I had this heaviness. I felt something and I could feel it. And the heartbroken card came out, and I was like, that's what it is. You know, sometimes you feel like you're not going to recover from that, but you can. And a lot of times that heartbreak, what comes after that is even better than the person that you had the heartbreak with, you know? So it's like, just decide that you want to be happy. Just decide that you're ready for something new. Just decide that you're over this last, even if it, you know, even if you got to fake it till you make it, as far as convincing yourself, make that decision. Just, you know what? I'm over this. I'm good. I'm going to meet someone new. I'm going to meet someone better. You know, give yourself the opportunity, or, you know what? I'm going to let this go. You know what? I'm not going to stay in a situation that causes me to be brokenhearted. I'm going to let this go. Whatever it is that you decide, what you want is waiting. It's just like circling, waiting to come in. All right. So let's see what the healing message is for pile number 3. All right. All right. Can we get healing message for pile number 3? What is the healing message for pile number 3? Pile number 3, they want to tell you all the messages. You guys got all the cards coming out. Can we get a healing message? Can we get one? Okay. Can we get a healing message for pile number 3? Differences. Okay, so we've got differences. This is card number 36. So the number 36 or the number 9 might resonate with you. Okay, so it says differences. Choosing the symbol for differences asks you to accept that you will not always agree with everyone, and they may not always agree with you. Okay, it says, know that the intricate differences between all beings are sacred and good. You must learn to accept that others are not the same as you. It's important to allow others to express their own opinions. Consider the difference between an orange and an apple. Both are fruit, but they are different kinds of fruit. Is one more valuable than the other? I think not. All creatures, all beings have a right to their uniqueness. Try to see and hear the other person's side if you can. All right, so this card is it's a little bit different. It's not as like dead on as the other ones, but what I do see is the truth. When the truth is spoken, right? When the truth came out here, somebody beat the exit. Somebody hit it. All right, these two cards came out one beat. This is the truth, and then you have somebody running. So, for somebody, this may resonate with this pile, or maybe one or two people in the pile, but somebody here, you're dealing with somebody, and they feel like when they try to talk the truth to you, you run, or you don't want to hear it, or that's when the problems start. And so sometimes that heartbreak, you're not seeing the difference between you and another person. Sometimes we judge everybody by the same measure of ourselves, right? You judge people based off of how you would do things. And so when they hurt you, it seems devastating because you would never break or hurt anyone. You would never want to hurt someone's heart. But this person is not you. And so when this person did whatever they did or said whatever they said, or you found out whatever you found out, it's not personal. It wasn't an attack on you. You know, they're not you, whether it's their integrity, whether it's their upbringing, whatever you want to call it, that caused them to do whatever they did that hurt you. You can't look at it from your perspective. Okay. You've got to just say, all right, you know what? It happened. I don't know why. You don't know, unless you got some clarity and some closure, you don't really know why that person did what they did. But all you can do is control how you react to that situation going forward. And once you take everybody and put them under their own microscope, you can't put them under yours. You can't put somebody's picture next to yours and then wonder, okay, well, are they the same? They're not the same. No, everybody's not like you. Everybody doesn't come from the same place. And so I feel like once we accept that and kind of let that go, it makes it easier to let go of the heartbreak and move on, because it doesn't seem so devastating anymore. That how could this happen to me? It's like, it happens to the best of us. All right. So that is pile number 3. That's your reading. So to end this out, I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for each pile. And this is going to be a final message. Hi, Wayne. This is going to be a final message for everyone. Okay. So let's get a little shuffle here. All right. What is the final message for pile number 1? You chose pile number 1. What's the final message for pile number 1? Okay, we got 1 in a Million by Aaliyah. So this is the star card. Soulmate. Okay, card number 1 was your soulmate may not be your usual type of expectation, right? So you got the soulmate card. Your love is 1 in a million. I'm telling you, pile number 1, look around you. Look around you, okay? Somebody is going to treat you better than ever. Somebody looks at you, they think you are 1 in a million, and they're going to give you 1 in a million love. It's just this person isn't your usual type. It's not what you think. It's not what you thought. But if you look around and start having gratitude for the people in your life, see where the good energy is coming from. See who's giving you good energy. See who's always got your back, who's supportive, who is always there. Somebody maybe in the background, you just never considered them. This person is going to treat you like good gold, okay? All right, pile number 2. Can we get a final message? That came out. For pile number 2. All right, it says, Can't You See? Okay, that song by Total. Can't you see what you do to me? We've got the 8 of Swords, okay? Some of you are being guided to make the effort because you don't see. Some of you have an Empress or, Emperor. You have a beautiful person in your midst and you don't see it because you've got that wall up, right? You can't see past your own wall. This person is blindfolded, right? This person is just like in their little world. You've got somebody who is right there in front of you and they can't get through to you, but they're not going to stay if they can't get through. Okay? No one can get through because you can't see past that wall. So let's get a final message for pile number 3. What is the message for pile number 3? Okay, 100 ways. Okay, this is the Magician. The Magician card is about being able to manifest what you want, okay? And like I told you, once you make that decision to decide what you want, if you're in a relationship and you decide that you want to make it work, I feel like your person's going to work very hard to make it up to you. Okay, and that card about differences, understanding that people are different and not taking it so, deep and like a betrayal because they did something that you didn't like or expect, this person is going to make it up. For others of you, once you let the heartbreak go, once you let the sadness go, 100 ways. You're going to have somebody come in and it's like everything that you ever wanted, this person is going to, they're just going to keep trying, It's James Ingram. James Ingram and Quincy Jones, 100 Ways. Listen to the lyrics and see if that resonates with you any. Because that song speaks about sacrifice. It speaks about, it's almost like, you don't give up. You keep trying. All right. If this person wants something, you just give it to them because you love them. That's what they want. Okay. Sky Beauty. Yeah, all three messages could go together because there's probably somebody that may resonate with, all three. All right. So those have been your messages. I hope that helped a little bit. If you have any questions, this is a great time to ask. If you want a personal reading, because, I'm picking up energy scattered. So I'm trying to make sense of, all this stuff coming towards me. So that was the reading for tonight. Is Lance still here with us? Let's see. C-Mac, just why couldn't my ex be more understanding like these cards? Oh, man. Let's see. Jill Scott said the best thing, or we can just be silent. That is true. That is true. Let me see what else is going on here. Yes, C-Mac, don't go back towards the heartache. Go towards the rebirth. All right, guys, anybody have any questions? Hi, Sherelle, Seda. Yes, go ahead and rewatch. Go ahead and rewatch. Thank you, It's Dev. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let me see. Oh, you guys are very welcome. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. And again, I hope this, if anything, I just hope it left you something to think about. If it touched you in any way, then, I'm glad for that too. All right. Again, don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. All right. If you don't want to ask it in the chat, my email address she'll be coming across the screen. If not, it's divinelovetarot@gmail.com. Okay. And you guys can find me there. Let me see. The way my screen is set up, I don't know why I can't leave a comment. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Number 3, growing up Jamaican with the Smith Beach Francis. Okay, number 3 all the way. Yeah, Lance was. He sounded like he was fading before. You're welcome, Eric. Sorry, you're welcome. I told you, Eric, you need a reading. Sherelle, yeah. Let's see. Guys, I'm here. If you got a question, don't be afraid to ask. You got me on the horn for a couple more minutes, and then I guess we'll sign out. Thank you, Ella G. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Remember, go ahead and check out those songs, okay? 1 in a Million by Aaliyah. Okay, then we had Can't You See by Total and 100 Ways by James Ingram for pile number 3. Listen to those songs and see what you feel from listening to it. Okay, guys? Wanda, you need a reading. What do I see? Are you single, Wanda? Yeah, while I'm here, I can pull a card or two. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let me get a message for you. Wanda, did you resonate with pile number 2? Yeah, you got the kisses card again. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection and falling in love. So that message really was for you. Let me see what else we can get here for Wanda. Okay. Yeah, December 9th. You got the Queen of Wands, so I got that fire. I got that fire. Okay. So, Wanda, you are... Somebody's watching you, Wanda, and, you know, you kind of want to let your guard down because could be a Libra. I don't know if you have any Libra. Could be that someone is watching you because they think you're amazing. Okay, they think you've got great energy. They think that you are a wonderful person. You may be, you know, a little guarded. And so this person, though, they want to do you right. They either it could be someone who wants to make it up to you or somebody who's just going to do right by you when they come in. But you have to let your guard down first, okay? If you want to go because to give you a reading, like I would have to go way deeper than that. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Tammy T, let's see what kind of message. Yeah, you got to let your guard down. Once you let your guard down, things are going to change just by that action, just by trying to be a little bit more open, okay? You're going to find yourself probably even meeting different kinds of people, okay? Let me see. Tammy T, let me see if I can give you a message. Tammy, the cards are flying all over. Tammy, what is the message for Tammy? Okay, mask. Not showing true feelings, hide personality, pretend, delude, gaslighting. All right, Tammy. Either you're wearing a mask, okay, you don't really show your true feelings a lot, or you're dealing with someone who has that energy. You're welcome, Regina. You're welcome. Let's see. What else can we get with this mask? Okay, Sky Beauty. All right, so Tammy, what is this mask about here? Three of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Tammy, do you have a crush on somebody at work? Or maybe someone at work has a crush on you. But I'm seeing here that either you are not showing somebody's not showing their true feelings, okay? You're dealing with someone who has that energy. Okay, so this person's wearing a mask, they're hiding their true feelings, but I feel like they do, it's like they're not, what they're hiding is how much they feel, okay? Because I'm not getting negative energy here. I'm feeling like this person, it's just like, they don't want to show you. We got the Four of Wands. This person is very happy. This person may even want marriage, okay? Or if you're in a marriage, this person just, I don't know, for whatever reason, they are pretending that they are not as into you as they are. Yeah, someone at work, if it's not the person that you're with, there's someone who's really got a thing for you, like seriously, and they're hiding it, but they're really very much into you. Okay, and so let me see. Sky Beauty is next. Okay. Yeah, Tammy. Someone's got it for you bad, but they're not showing it. They're not showing it at all. All right, let me see if we can get some information for Sky Beauty. Eric, is that you? Is that you want me to pull a card for you, Eric? Okay. Sky Beauty, we've got seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, or third-party interference. Okay. So let's see. Seduction. Sky Beauty, are you single? You're welcome, Tammy. Very welcome. Okay. Let's see. What's with the seduction for Sky Beauty? Okay, so what I'm picking up here, Sky Beauty, there's maybe someone who is trying to seduce you or trying to hook up with you, but I think they're already in another situation. All right, we've got the Three of Swords. Okay, you're heartbroken and trying to date. We got the Three of Swords here. Okay, and so if you're heartbroken and trying to date, it's not working because your emotions are blocked. You've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and you've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So your emotions are not flowing out, okay? So you want to, I don't know which, did you resonate with oh, I can't even talk. Which pile did you resonate with? Okay. You've got to open up your heart. All right. You're going to attract a lot of people who will flirt and hook up and stuff. But if you want love, if you want it to go past seduction, you're going to have to open your heart a little bit. So maybe give yourself some time to heal before you jump back into dating, or don't take dating too serious. You know, if you just want to, you just want to go out and have a little fun, you do that. But give your heart a little bit more time to heal, because you're not quite ready for love, okay? Because you're a little blocked right now, okay? All right, so Jade, you love Sade's music? Yeah, me too. You resonated with me the most, Sky Beauty? Yeah, you just need to heal, because once you heal, I'm telling you, everything's going to turn around. But, don't be too hard on yourself either. Just don't feed into it, don't feed into the pain. If you have a bad day, you have a bad day, get on with it. Don't focus on, oh God, I'm still heartbroken, or it's just gonna linger. And I know it hurts, but it's like, let it hurt. Have a cry, sit in the bathtub, draw yourself a bath, put some sea salt or some Epsom salt in it, throw some rose petals in there, make yourself a little playlist, and just sit there, and whatever comes out, let it come out. If you want to cry, then you cry. If you feel like screaming, growl, let it out. Allow yourself to release those emotions, instead of just like, I know sometimes we just kind of, okay, I got to go to work. You can't be at work crying all day. So you hold it in, and then you get used to holding it, and then you become numb. So you may be a little bit numb right now. So, give yourself, create a space, a moment for yourself to kind of release those emotions and get them out, so that you can move on with it. Okay. You don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to live with that pain. Okay. You're welcome, Sky. Hopefully that helps, because I feel like it seems like you have a really sweet spirit, right? And I see that people are attracted to you and people want to date you, but I feel like your sadness is is what they're meeting. Yeah, dating, unless you don't want anything, if you're not looking for anything serious, you date, you do whatever. But we also want to be careful of what when you're in a sad place or in a lower vibration, you don't kind of. I'm big on not sharing that. Like I don't want to. Somebody's out there dating and they're looking to meet a nice person, and I know I'm not in the right mind frame. I'm not going to do that to that person, because now all I'm doing is rubbing off some of my negative energy or my sadness. I'm giving it to them, right? Because now they're going to come and they're going to be like, wow, this Olivia person, she's so nice, she's so sweet, but why isn't she, she won't, I hug her, she won't open up, or she doesn't call me, or, she doesn't seem interested. And it's like, you don't want to do that too. You don't want to spread the sadness, right? You don't want to spread it around. So sometimes, like, it's just like, listen, I'm not ready to date right now, unless you can compartmentalize, because some people are good at that. All right, if you're the type of person that you can put your sadness in a box and go out and have a good time and be the life of the party, and and hey, we're going on a date, me, you, if you can do that, then do it. But not everybody's good at doing that, okay? And so you just, give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. Burning the flower petals, that aromatherapy. Yep, that's right, Landon. That is absolutely right. Yeah, sometimes things don't work out as well. It's true. Let's see. Okay. Korea Smith, greetings. How do you go about getting a reading? I can pull a card for you. I can pull a couple cards just to see what kind of energy you got going on. All right. All right. I can do a couple more before I get out of here. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name right. Kyrie Smith. You're welcome, hon. Let's see what we got for you. Let's see what we got. The butterfly, okay? Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, and growth, okay? So that is the card that you got. So let's see. Okay, can we get some more information on this butterfly? Let's get some more. Kyra, okay, Kyra. Okay, got it. Let's see. Okay. We got the Emperor reverse. What else do we have from Kyra? Three of Cups. Four of Cups in the reverse. All right, so all right. Are you single? Kyra, are you single? If you're single, I feel like you may be dating someone, or there's someone who it's like they're trying to get themselves together to either reunite with you, or if it's somebody that it's like this person wants to show you their appreciation. And like either, I don't know if this is a proposal or just celebrating. I see like there's someone who's trying to get themselves together to come back and reunite with you so that they could basically treat you better. Okay. If it isn't from somebody from the past, it's somebody that's around and they're trying to like get it. I just pick it up. Somebody's trying to get it together. Yeah, Angela, you'll be the last. So we've got Shantae, and then we've got Angela. Okay, and that's it. Angela's the last person. You could be there. There could be an Aries around you, Kyra. There could be an Aries. somebody, maybe you need to work on being a little bit less controlling. It's like, I feel like there's a couple of things coming up here. There's evolution going on here. It's like, either you kind of need to get some balance in by having some fun and showing some appreciation for your life. You might be single, but you need to maybe do some more lighthearted things. Mm-hmm. And then also, I'm picking up somebody, like there's somebody who's wanting to, like, I keep feeling like, oh, I got to get my shit together before I approach. I'm picking up on that energy. But for you specifically, you kind of need to find some balance. I feel like you need more, we need to practice gratitude, okay? And practice, like, just having a little bit more enjoyment, all right? You met somebody with an Aries moon. Yeah, I feel like it's like they're trying to figure out ways to show you that they appreciate you. Okay. All right. And so now we're moving on to Shantae. And then after Shantae, Eric, were you asking for a reading? Because I did say that before. You could try that. You could try to express it. You're very welcome. But I do think that I do feel like it's more about you just enjoying it, you know, like just you show that, and when you show that enjoyment, when you're actually enjoying, that's also the gratitude as well. Okay. But yeah, if you met somebody with an Aries moon, I think that person is trying to figure out, like, okay, what's the best way for me to show this person, you know, that I appreciate them. Okay, so now we're moving on to Shantae. All right, can I get some information? You're welcome, hon. Shantae, you've got love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give Eric a reading. So then, Eric, you'll be my last but not least, okay? Definitely not the least. Okay, so we're going to have, after Shantae, we have Angela and then Eric, okay? All right. All right, so Shantae, you've got love, okay? Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Okay, let's see. Let me get some more messages for Shantae about this love. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much. Huh. All right, Shantae, are you still here with us? Shantae, I'm getting I'm getting that you really, 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 really gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your heart. You've got to be kinder to yourself. And sometimes part of that is putting yourself first in certain situations. If you are single, it doesn't matter if you're single in a relationship, okay? When sometimes we see red flags, or sometimes there's situations that we kind of know off the rip that is not, you know, kind of what we want, or there's some red flags or whatever, but we continue on. We are not putting ourselves first. Okay, because to put yourself first would be to go in the opposite direction. So you've got to start putting yourself ahead of people that you love. I feel like you give out unconditional love. I don't feel like you're giving that back to yourself. And so right now you're in a cycle where it's time to, it's like you're stealing from yourself. You're stealing from Peter to pay Paul. You still, you know, your self-love, you still the love that you should give yourself first. And then you try to give it to someone else who takes it, but, you know, they're not giving it back, or they're hiding things, or they're lying. And, you know, you wind up feeling disappointment or hurt and stagnant right now. I think things are stagnant for you right now because you really need to focus on your healing and your spirituality. Okay. You've got to start practicing some ways to show your self-love every day, you know, whether it's mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror, telling yourself how much you love yourself, doing things, you know, adding things into your routine that's just for you, you know, splurging sometimes on something, you know, just give to you. Okay. Everything that it's like you have a lot of love to give, and you want to give that out, but you've got to take some of that and put it back in. You've got to fill up your tank. Love is very important to you. You're a very loving person. You're a very giving person, but you've got to maintain. You've got to manage yourself. Yeah, but it's time though. Okay. It's like for some reason, everybody's being like urged right now to really work these things out. You know, it's like, okay, you want an equal give and take in a relationship, but you're tipping the scales by putting too much. Okay. So you just need to focus. It's like, worry about yourself. You know, that little girl, worry about yourself. Okay. What can I do? Worry about yourself. All right. Love yourself, Shantae. All right. So then we have Angela, and then we have Eric, and then I'm going to sign out. Okay. Yeah, you know, just start small. If you like, you know, start every day, do something small for yourself. Do something, buy yourself flowers, you know, put things around you that you can see that are going to make you feel good, you know, pamper yourself. You don't have to go overboard with the spending, but just, you know, take care, you know, whether it's your diet or your skin or, you know, something, like just start doing things for yourself. Okay. All right. So Angela, are you still here with us, Angela? I'm going to pull a card for Angela. Okay. Okay, Angela, you got heart with the key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. Okay, so Angela, are you dating? Are you single? Did you meet the one? Are you about to meet the one? Do you need to open your heart a little bit? Let's see what information we get for Angela. Okay, Angela. All right, so I see you here where you may have gone through a period of isolation, all right, or maybe you're currently in a period of isolation, but there's someone here who is coming. They could be here already, or they're coming to put a lot of effort into you because they see you as the star. Excuse me. You may be about to meet the one. You might be feeling that because I'm seeing here, there's someone who's going to come in. This person, you see, he's putting down roots, and he's sticking around to see them flourish. Okay. This person means business. They're here to put in the effort. This person has an open heart. Could be a Virgo coming towards you, but if it's not a Virgo, it's either someone that has gone through a long period of self-reflection, and so they know exactly what they want, or you may have been going through a long period of loneliness or isolation, and this person is literally coming in to pull you out. They're like, Angela, come with me now. Okay, it's like, this person, not only will they have an open heart, but they're coming to kind of like crack your heart open too. Could be an Aquarius, could be a Virgo. All right. So if they're not here, they are coming. Okay. Because it says welcoming love. So your only job right now is to remain open, is make sure your heart is open. If you know anything about crystals, you can try to meditate with some rose quartz, okay? Or you can look up other crystals that resonate with your heart chakra, and you can make sure that you are open and ready to receive. So when this person comes, I'll show you the card. The key that they have can go into your heart. This person's going to have the key to your heart, okay? All right. Excellent. You've been doing major self-work. That's good. He's coming. He's coming, Angela. They're coming. All right. Where's my friend Eric? Where is Eric? Eric, are you ready and open for this reading, Eric? All right, let's pull a card. What message do we have? Eric? Oh, there's Eric. Okay. Yay, Angela. Eric, what's going on with you? Are you ready, Eric? You're very welcome, Angela. Very, very welcome. All right. Can we pull a card for my friend Eric? Okay, you're here. Okay. Eric, you're getting like 5 and 6 cards. Okay. All right. So for Eric, we've got healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Okay. So Eric, I've peeped some of your comments a couple times that I've been on the show. Okay, Angela, I will be waiting. divinelovetarot@gmail.com. Okay. Okay, Eric. So, as far as self-love and self-care and being happier, you know, I saw a few of your comments, and I know sometimes you guys are going back and forth, so maybe it was in jest or not. But I see sometimes you say very definitive statements about how women are or how people are or what they will do or what they won't do. And, you know, you need to kind of raise that. You need to get out of that energy of focusing outward and just kind of like get yourself, you know, kind of like, it's almost like, listen, I know I'm a good person. Anybody who's not a good person or anybody that isn't, you know, on your level, they don't matter. They don't matter. If a woman is out there and she wants to treat a man bad, who cares? Because that's not the woman for you. And she won't come towards you because you're working on your own energy. So you need to practice being a little bit more healthy with your thoughts, okay? We've got 4 of Wands. This is harmony, okay? This is harmony and this is balance, okay? So let's see what other messages we have for Eric. What other messages do we have here? All right, so we've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is the don't give up card. This is the giving it one more chance. And then we've got the Three of Cups here. So, I mean, I know it's COVID, so it's kind of hard to tell people to get out more and date more. But I feel like you need to kind of like get yourself back out to meeting people. I don't know if you feel like you've given up on love, but you kind of need to like, it's like this is the warrior spirit. It's like give it another chance. All right, give yourself a chance to not just meet and date, but just to be generally more happy. All right, like find things that you can celebrate. Put yourself in situations that are more enjoyable for you. Focus on more positive and enjoyable thoughts. I feel like there is something out there. I don't think you feel like it can happen though, or you don't think it's going to happen for you, but it's out there. The Four of Wands, this is like love, happiness, celebrations, commitment. Usually this card represents a wedding. All right, so for you may want this, you know what I'm saying? But you have to believe that you can have it. And I feel that you have it in you to just, you know, give it another try. Don't give up on love just yet. Or don't think that, you know, because, you know, people may have done certain things before, or, you know, you've seen a lot of disappointments. It's just, I'm being guided that you just need to have a healthier outlook. All right. You need to just manage your thoughts a little bit. And I think that the more positive you are, is the more that's going to reflect in your experiences around you. Okay, Eric, so that is your reading. Okay. Where'd you go? You've been talking this whole time. Now I'm doing your reading and I don't hear you. I don't see you. Hi, Shantae. You can email me. Okay. I don't know why it won't let me type in the chat, but divinelovetarot@gmail.com. After we get off, I'll leave a comment with my information, and you guys can I said wedding and Eric passed out. Yeah. But that was it. Eric, you were the grand finale. Where'd you go? All right, Eric. I don't know what to do with you. What do we do with Eric? What do we do with Eric, guys? All right, so that was it. Okay, that. Eric was our last person. You've seen a lot of disappointment. I've seen a lot of disappointment too, but you know, I also expect that I'm gonna see some better things, you know. I've seen a lot of disappointment, and I have to admit that I didn't have to see it. I sat there. They said, "Oh, disappointment is third up on the menu," and I got to number 2, and instead of getting up, I sat there for number 3. So, oh, you're here. There's Eric. Okay. All right, so that is it for me. I'm going to head on out unless anyone has any questions. If anybody has any questions about the reading, about the cards, about me, anything at all, if not, I'm going to go ahead and peace out. Yeah, Wayne, it happens, you know.
Excellent job. I have to commend you.
Oh, man, thank you.
I'm here. I was actually laying down.
Okay.
I stood up with the table, with the desk, and I said, let me just lay down. We put the microphone on the floor and the headphones on the phone, just lay out. So I had to take a few seconds to get up when you said that it was over. So that don't take that personal as, oh, he's not interested. He's not there.
No. I'm good.
Well, no, I know you're good. Yes, you're nutrition for the soul. Every word. So in that, I was there, but I had to adjust the microphone and adjust the inputs again and again. So I just want to say that you are appreciated and you're loved and you're appreciated. And we want
Thank
you to keep
you.
back. You did what you did, and it's going to resonate with people from years to come. And I love it. You love it. And it's valuable. It's something of value. Many times we put up stuff, we post stuff that's not of value. Maybe 20 minutes of something of value and 2 hours of something of fluff. But every second of what you put up is value and valuable.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. And I'm glad that people, I feel like everybody, you know, got something tonight. And I was able to, you know, hit with some people one-on-one. So that was good. This is good. It's good vibes. It's good energy. So
exactly. It may have taken me a little second to get back together again and stuff like that, but it's just in your DNA. Everything that you put out is good. So keep on going with it. You know, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank everybody for being here with me tonight. I appreciate everybody who stuck around and participated. It was great. Eric got a reading. Even Eric, my boy Eric got a reading.
All right, sweetie. So I'm gonna kick this music in and we're gonna move on. The next time when you're ready, we're gonna do it again.
Okay.
And that's what it is. Just a beautiful thing. And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Lance. Right. See you soon. Bye, everyone. You're welcome, Eric.
Here we go.
Good night, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Sun is rising, feel the warmth of my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race. I sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. Take a look out my window, see the birds in the trees. Their songs inspire me to sing a sweet melody. How do they do it? Not a care and so free. Wanna step into their world, who holds the key? It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way.